Here's another episode of the Murphy, Sam, and Jody After the Show podcast, because the regular show is done. I mean, not the regular show like,
not the regular show with Mordecai?
Yeah, Mordecai and Rigby. Yeah, I love that. But anyway, yeah, so it's not the Murphy, Sam, and Jody regular show.
Are we back yet?
Yeah, I think we are. It's after the show, and I don't even know what we're doing today,
do have
Jody.
to say that the other night, I don't know if you caught the coincidence, but Taylor was watching regular show, and you walked through the living room with your coffee cup, and you had your regular show shirt on.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what are we?
Yeah, actually, that's what inspired me to put it on, if truth be told. And who is it that Mordecai was always in love with? Margaret? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you, Bailey.
Welcome.
Okay.
Anyway. So I'm sure the regular show is not what you were going to do on today's podcast.
No, but I do want to shout out to all dads everywhere, and I'm sure you do this at home, Sam. I don't know if you guys feel like you're on stage sometime, or maybe you feel like it's your job. And when the kids were smaller, our girls were smaller, it would sometimes bother me because you would seem to try to do this at bedtime when the girls were needing to go to sleep. But shout out to dads, and Murphy, you won this week with making them laugh at home, making us laugh when we're tired. We're sitting in we're in the kitchen last night, and the girls are having it's a grab and go night. They're eating leftover pizza, and Murphy's heating
Cheddar
up
Cheetos.
Yeah, my white cheddar Cheetos, and they are and Murphy's reheating the leftover hibachi food that we had from your dad's birthday dinner.
Which I heated up in a pan, by the way, not microwave. It was better that way.
You have to kind of re-stir fry it, if you will. So that was you ate my leftovers, and it was good, and you're in there.
What did you eat?
I had a salad.
Oh, okay.
But I also had Cheetos with
a salad and Cheetos.
Well, I just whatever. It was one of those when it's everybody's kind of on their own night.
Fend for yourself.
Just do what I want. That's wonderful for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to cook one big thing. But anyway, Taylor and Phoebe go around and sit down at the table. So there's a wall kind of, but they can't see Murphy. I'm standing there putting my dressing on my salad, and you look at me like, watch this. And he reaches into the cabinet below, and he takes out his grill tools. They're big, long, and I'm thinking, are you about to do something with this?
One's a fork and one's the big spatula for the grill.
He goes, and what did you say to the girls? Look, I
said,
can do hibachi too.
Yeah, so I'm about to do some hibachi, and I started clanging them together.
And it was just so funny. I mean, I almost spit my salad out. It was just so funny. It's such a dad thing to do.
Well, I was going to say, that's what Sam calls dad humor. You know what I mean?
Well, there's,
lucky.
Dad jokes are like one of those things now where they're groaners, basically, to the kids. Oh, really?
But I just you have to understand. I know that's who you are. That's one of the things that attracted me to you, Murphy.
What, with my ability to clang spatulas?
No, you trying to make me laugh. When you and I were first getting to know each other and dating, you were always trying to make me laugh.
Yeah.
And you did. And you still do. And so for you to do that for them, they know it's a gift. They know it's special. I know. I have been around men when I was a little girl who were way too serious, who took themselves way too seriously, who could not find the joke easily.
Yeah.
And that makes an impression on children too. And so I just love that they know at any given moment you're going to stick a carrot up your nose or anything to make them laugh, you know?
For the record, Sam, that's not something I've done yet.
That sounds painful.
It's just lovely.
And it will, when they grow up, you'll see it reflected because, I've said this before. My dad was that way, and I picked up a lot of his humor.
Yeah.
And now I do those goofy things in front of my kids. Now, sometimes it does come across funny. Other times it is
groaners.
Dad.
Yeah.
Even when they say, "Hey, Dad," they're still loving you.
Oh, they're cataloging it away.
Yeah,
right.
I know. I love those. Are actually some of my favorite moments. Or the Dad. That's just stupid. It cracks me up. I love that stuff.
Yeah, it's a gift to do that. Also, you have to know, Murphy, and most men in that dad position, you are a powerful presence. And it's not that you always set the mood, but the adults often set the mood. in the
see what you're-
house.
Yeah,
and so for
I
you
guess
to,
I don't think about that much, but
it's
yeah, I see what you're
fabulous for you to
saying.
crack us up.
It's. I guess we're lucky because Sam's got that same kind of sense of humor. There's a levity to almost everything. In fact, with Sam, you actually have to say, actually, this is serious.
Are you being serious?
Slow him down a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, no pressure to perform and be funny again tonight
Oh, no,
because
I
we're
don't-
just ourselves at home.
No,
but-
I mean the thing is, I only do that stuff when it hits me. Because if you try too hard, then it does come off as what
It
I'm
is a
saying.
groaner.
There's a
It's just
special
got to
little,
be at that moment, and it was just one of those where
So funny.
Last night I just wanted to do that just to catch them off guard because they were not paying attention to anything weird. They were enjoying themselves, and I'm like, let's just whatever, let's just do it.
The kitchen actually is a fun place for that because you have so
Yeah.
many props.
Oh,
That's true.
yeah.
There's times when I'm cooking and Maddie will be sitting at the bar, the little peninsula there, or the kids will be at the table
Yeah.
and watching. And that, I mean,
they're
it's like
watching.
you're just going, okay, what can I do?
I love that. I
I
cannot
do the fake cut my finger trick.
That's a good one.
It's really funny until you actually do it.
Yeah, I know. Sam's good at those kind,
You
but if I
are.
do that, I'm going to be sloppy and something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you how many things I've done with the oven mitt. The oven
Right,
mitt is just
the-
one of those
The ones you can talk about.
I've done.
Yeah.
I've done a bazillion puppet tricks with the oven mitt, where
Yeah.
they're in the other room and the oven mitt comes from behind the door. And, hello, talks to everybody and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's kind of interesting as I've gotten older.
Producer Chad.
You'd probably be surprised to hear I'm relatively serious. Back in high school,
I believe it.
I think
Yeah.
you would be surprised to hear I was voted class clown.
Oh, really?
Were you
Exactly. Yeah. See,
Wow.
that surprises you guys. I've
Did you
changed.
have-
Mellowed a little.
I've changed a lot as I've gotten older. So I actually used to relate to that. I used to be like the funny guy and always saying and doing crazy things. But
Why do you think that happened?
a combination of me getting older,
Mm-hmm.
a combination of learning like a lot of the reasons when I was younger that I was so funny was because I was being like inconsiderate of other people's feelings.
Chad.
Like
Oh, well, yeah.
just different things like
Some,
that.
some
you
would
know?
say that's
so
not
what
funny.
you're saying, you've been more mature.
Yeah, and it's kind of a struggle because like I still want to be funny like I was back then, but I know a lot of that, I can't really do anymore and still feel good about it. So it's
Oh
it's
man!
I think
Then
it
for you to
comes
come
from
into
a-
this room
Yeah.
and hang
And
out
also,
with Sam
you can't compete with me and Murphy.
on the immaturity level of comedy.
Yeah,
See,
we own
that's-
that.
Yeah, that's our problem. We haven't grown up and grown out of this yet. And but I mean, I think
Dad thing though.
But
Or- yeah.
but I think for the same reason there, it's one of those where if it just comes to you, and I don't know, I guess for me it's self-deprecation. What helped me to become funnier is when I finally began to acknowledge the things that absolutely are goofy about me that people always said about me, and I fought them, and then when I realized, no, it's who I am. Let me just embrace it.
Roll with it.
Right, exactly.
My dad used to have a fake tooth. It was like on some kind of plate. I never understood it.
He'd take it off.
And it was right in the front.
Oh,
And so that was his little, whenever he was feeling that way, he'd pull the tooth out and then just start talking to you or smile. And you can't hold a straight face when that's
right.
going on.
That's so weird because my ex stepdad had that same thing. Both two front teeth.
Yeah. And what's funny
Would
is
come out.
when he died, the folks at the funeral home / crematorium
Yes.
actually sent my mom the tooth. So
Oh,
that
what-
one,
Wow.
because it was on like a metal plate. I guess I don't know why
They
didn't.
can't burn that up.
She goes, here, look, I got this, and it's like it's the tooth.
What did
It's the
she-
joke tooth.
What did she do with it?
She has it.
Where?
I don't know where she has it. I
That's
mean, I
weird.
wasn't going to ask for my dad's joke tooth.
Right.
It's kind of personal.
Yeah, just a
That's
little.
odd.
Yeah.
But I mean, they do have to remove all that kind of stuff. I'm sure, just like you can't. I'm sure he couldn't have an MRI with that in his mouth either, right?
Well, I don't know. I was never there for him.
I don't want to know the specifics of what they do, in the crematorium.
So anyway, back to the funny stuff.
Yeah, well, do you guys want to hear how I got to be class clown back in high school?
Sure,
There was
Chad,
one
why
event?
not?
Yes, there was one event that singularly defined me back in the day.
Big shoes and a horn.
I got dared in the middle of class. The teacher left the room. I got dared to jump out of a window.
Oh gosh.
So we were on the first floor. But
Still.
I did land face first onto the ground, which there just happened to be broken glass like embedded
my
into the
God.
ground. I came up with this bloody face.
Oh.
And the teacher was only gone for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
she went
wasn't
down
that
the
funny?
hall, said like, "Hey," somebody came back, and I'm running down the hallway now, just like going to the bathroom,
Bleeding.
trying to address my injury. And she comes back into the room and she's like, "What happened?" And apparently the class tried to cover for me, which I think was kind of funny.
It's kind of nice.
But then one guy said, "Oh no, he Supermaned out the window," which that was Soldier Boy Superman. That was really big at the time.
Right.
Well, Bailey, we haven't heard from you.
Well, I wasn't anything in high school.
Oh.
Mellow.
Yeah.
So, but what about within your family? Does your dad do dad jokes? Who's the
definitely
practical
my
joker?
dad.
It is.
I
your
don't.
dad?
But it's not. It's never practical jokes. Or okay, I can't say that because there probably has been practical jokes.
But it's just joking.
For the most part, it's wordplay, and like I'm gonna throw something out there and just hope that you get it in the next couple of seconds.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite dad
I
things to
love
do.
it.
Is you throw it out and you just sit and you wait.
Yeah.
And sometimes it happens, and sometimes
Sometimes it
it doesn't.
Yeah.